Can I pull the safe dagger?
Like I was in shock and I cried.
These are actually questions that people, oh, this is gonna be good. Sometimes you get annoying as shit.
Get out.
That's the shit that pisses me off.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Q&A. I've been asking you guys for like the last few weeks to submit your questions for myself or for Jared or for the both of us. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I didn't have a ton of people ask questions, but I had the people that did ask questions. They asked like a lot of them. So we're gonna get right into it with this little couples Q&A. Hopefully you guys can get to know Jared and I a little bit better. And I just thought it would be something fun to change up from the vlogs a little bit. Okay, I'm not gonna like say who asked the questions because I don't know if you guys want me to share that information. But if you do for the next time, let me know and I'll do that. But first question is favorite quality about each other. So what's your favorite quality about me and what's my favorite?
Let's let you go first. It's
wait, what's a quality?
You're asking me what a quality is?
Is it like...
It's something like that you admire about a person.
My favorite quality about Jared is that he is extremely caring, no matter who it's about. Like, obviously this is why he works as a first responder, like helping complete strangers, but like that's just his personality, I guess. Like, you will literally take the shirt off your back for somebody walking down the street that you don't even know just to like help them. Sometimes you're a little too caring and I'm like, okay, come on. But I mean, that's just who you are, and like that's what I love about you, is you just care so much.
I did not think that that's where you were going with that.
What do you think I was gonna say?
I don't know.
Okay, on to me.
You know, I've never even really had
I know.
I never even thought about this
I know.
at all.
My hair looks crazy. Do I not have any good qualities?
Nope, moving on.
Or do I just have so many that you can't choose?
Just, you have so many.
Well, pick one.
I think that you're, I guess, really good with our dogs. So that makes me think how, like in the future, like if we ever do have a kid, that you're gonna be like a really good mom.
Aww, don't make me cry.
So
I'm nurturing.
Yes, nurturing. That's a good quality.
Thank you. Ooh.
I thought you were gonna say something like you're really good at drinking beer or something like that. Like,
No,
I thought you
that's
were
not
gonna,
a quality.
It can be.
Beer drinking. Okay, so going from that end to the next end, something that gets on your nerves about each other. You can go first because I went first last time.
How much time do we have on this thing?
That's exactly how I feel about you. I can name one like right off the top of my head that you don't like that I do.
Well, just recently, when you have a project that you want me to do, like you try to help too, but then it's more like you get in the way.
That is not what I thought you were gonna say.
It drives me batshit crazy.
When we were painting the bathroom the other day, I could tell that you're like, okay, she just needs to leave.
Yeah, exactly, because you were just... You were painting the walls like this.
You were literally like trying not to say anything,
Right.
And then I was like, I hate painting, and you're like, okay, you can leave, I'll just finish it by myself.
Yeah, that was my...
That's not what I
Nice.
thought you were gonna say.
What did you think I was gonna say?
That I
mean, sometimes you get annoying as shit, and it really bugs me, and I'm like...
Same.
And I gotta leave.
Mutual.
I gotta go stand out in the garage for 2 hours.
What's one more?
Why do you want to do one more?
I don't know.
I don't think we should do one more.
Do one more.
No.
Yes.
Because this is gonna cause us to not go to bed tonight.
I'm not taking any of this personal.
You do one more. You haven't even done one yet. So
I think my biggest pet peeve, well, I have so many, but my biggest pet peeve that you do is you use something and you leave it in the exact spot that you used it.
yeah. So I know where it's at.
No, like you will later be like, where's this at? I'm like, I don't know. You never put it away, so I had to put it away somewhere. Like you use something and then just leave it.
Okay, so let's do this. So my biggest pet peeve is when I sit something down and I know where I left it, and then you go and move it to somewhere else. Like,
get out.
I need you to move something outside.
Okay. What is your love language?
My love language?
Yeah.
These are actually questions that people...
Yes. So I used to think that my love language was all 5 of them. Like I was like, there's no way that I could just pick one. But recently, like in the last few years, I absolutely have figured out that my love language is 100% quality time. It does not matter what we're doing. I don't care what it is as long as like I'm just spending quality time together. One of my favorite things to do is like go to the grocery store, go shopping with you, go to like Menards and just look at stuff or lay on the couch, or even if you're like out in the garage, I just go sit out there. Like you know what I mean?
I've noticed that.
Like
I'll be working out in the garage
Yeah.
and you just bring everything out there that you're gonna do and you just sit there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hand me this thing, and you're just like playing on your computer and just...
Okay, I'm editing, not playing. If you're like mowing the yard, I go out and like sit with you and watch you mow the yard. You know what I mean? Like I just like spending time with you, whatever you're doing. So like even when you were painting the bathroom the other day, I went and sat in there with you on the tub. You're like, hey, I'm gonna need to be right there. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get over to this corner then.
So you moved right into the same exact spot where I was going.
Yeah, I just wanted to hang out with you. What do you think yours is?
My love language?
Yeah. Do you even know them all?
No.
It's like quality time, acts of service, something about like
Do you know them all?
receiving gifts, physical touch, or I don't know the last one. Oh, words of affirmation. So how do you feel like you receive love?
Receive love?
Yeah, like the most. Like that's how I receive love is like I love spending time with you. I don't feel like you're receiving gifts.
I think I'm a good gift giver.
But I don't think you like to receive gifts.
I don't.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Because a long time ago, before I met you, I was probably more the physical. But then I think a lot of my past relationships have really kind of like burnt that bridge.
I feel like you were pretty physical touch when we met, but like shortly after.
So then I would probably say for me, receiving would be words of affirmation, because like if I did something or got something or whatever, like the words of affirmation would be the confirmation of, yeah, that was a good...
Like me, like being like, I'm so proud of you.
Right.
And
yeah.
like praising
So
you.
I would say,
really?
yeah, probably that.
Interesting.
What would you say, like the opposite end? So this is me receiving. What would you say the love language is for each other giving?
I feel like for you, I am very kind of like physical touch with you, because like if we're going somewhere, I always like want to hold your hand. Like I'm always like, if you're driving, like playing with your hair or like massaging your arm and stuff like that. But also I feel like I'm kind of gifts, because I kind of just get you gifts randomly a lot, like whether it's like getting you your toffee fay or randomly surprising me like, hey, I got you something.
Yeah, I mean every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm not saying like it's every day.
I would say mine is the gift giving. I don't express a lot of like words. I don't express a lot of physical touch or anything, but I do like give gifts. I mean, even just as simple as like paying a bill, or like the other day I did oil change on your
like
car.
acts of service.
I think that would be mine.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Okay. How did y'all meet? I can't remember if you've mentioned this already.
Can I pull the safe dagger?
Why?
I
mean,
know.
it was literally in your vows. You literally spoke about it.
I
in your
know, but
vows.
I mean, like those that are close to us, no, but...
I would feel more comfortable just telling random people than the people that are close to
Really?
us. Yeah.
So you're
Honestly-
cool with telling
honestly,
them that we met on an OnlyFans?
OnlyFans? What the hell?
I'm just saying.
No! OnlyFans is not even a thing. But I don't even know if I actually told my grandma how we met. So like when she was sitting at her wedding, she probably was like, what? From your speech. We met on Tinder. I feel like, well, I've shared this story on my Instagram before, because like,
I don't know. Some people might not be on your...
right, how like everything just lined up perfectly for us to be able to meet, because had I made like one slightest decision decision not to go with my friend to the NASCAR race, or you know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be sitting here today. So like I made a post like explaining every little detail that had to go perfect that day for Jared and I to be able to match on Tinder. So yeah, we went on Tinder, dated for a few months, and before he moved in.
You still have Tinder?
I don't. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No. I don't even know what my.
I didn't
I
even
don't
remember
even-
what it was called.
I don't even know what my.
Although I kind of
name-
wish I did still have it, because then we could go back to like our very first like conversations. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like see like what all we talked about, or that'd be kind of special. And then this one is for you. I'm kind of scared. What is your favorite meal Chanel cooks?
You're scared.
Yeah, because I mean I don't cook for you a lot, mainly because
I mean,
you're gone all the
considering
time.
when I am at home, you make your own special food.
Not
and-
really. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes, but
you have
then a
your
lot of
little-
other times we go out to eat. I feel like I know the answer to this, but I want to see what you say.
I want to see what you say before I answer.
No, because that's me giving it away. What's your favorite meal that I cook?
So I really like the chicken and cheese enchiladas.
That was my answer.
So I like that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like cream cheese.
Cream cheese chicken enchiladas.
Yeah.
And then I also like the Chinese stir fry.
That was the next one I was going to say.
But-
Good. Well, I named the first two things that came to your mind. Favorite hobby you and Jared like to do together?
I don't know. I'd probably say golf.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we both like to go golfing. Is going window shopping a hobby? Because we do that all the time. We love to go like to Menards and just like walk around.
Well, we go to
We love
Menards
to go
because
to,
I'm,
like-
I'm always looking for something to like to do a project. or
Right,
something.
but like if that's a hobby, like I love doing that. That goes back to quality time too, though, like just spending time with you. But we really like to go just look at campers, window shop, go like test drive cars. But like actual hobby, I would say like golfing.
Yeah.
Favorite individual hobbies.
I don't know. I like just with me working so much. I like just sitting at home and like not doing anything for once.
Right.
This goes back to another thing that irritates me is like
We already moved on from that question.
well, it never fails that
You
like
only wanted to give one answer.
well, now I'm giving multiple. Never fails that when like I actually have a day off or something, you always are like, I need you to do this. Can you do this? And we're gonna start this. Like it always involves several hours of me doing something, and then I'm like, okay, well, cool. Like now I got to go back to work the next day. So my favorite hobby is just enjoying my own free time, whether it's watching basketball or football.
My favorite hobby is
beer.
probably working out, taking the dogs on walks. Pretty much, yeah. How did Jared decide to be a first responder?
I think it was just one of those things from an early age. I knew that was kind of inside of me, I guess. I was already really good at like science and that kind of thing, and I really liked the medical side of things. Started out wanting to be a doctor, and then I kind of went down from there. When I moved to a different city, I started working on a fire department and worked my way up to the rank of a captain. We were running more medical calls than fire calls, and so
That kind of got you in the EMS part of things.
yeah. So then I really liked what I call the human Rubik's Cube, trying to figure out what's going on with a patient rather than just
Putting out a fire.
putting out a fire.
I also feel like just going back to the whole caring thing. Like you just want to help others, so.
Yeah.
What made you guys decide to live in a small town? I am from a small town. I like living in a small town, especially since Jared is gone at work a lot. Like it just makes me feel more comfortable. And like you're from a small town too. And also like when we do have kids and stuff, I want them to be raised in a small town as well. And if they ever wanted to play sports and stuff, like they're not having to like try out for things and not be accepted or
Not be accepted?
yeah, not be accepted or turned away from like what they want to do. Like say if they're in the big city, like you have to try out, and if they don't make it, then they can't do it. You know what I mean? So like in a smaller town, if you want to play basketball, you're gonna be able to play
You
basketball.
want a smaller town for less competition.
No, I just want them to be able to do whatever they want to do. And if they try out and don't make it on the team, then they're not going to be able to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever live in a big town again.
No, absolutely not. Before we moved here, we lived in a big city and it just was not our cup of tea. Advice for consistently doing things on your own when your spouse is unavailable to, like walking dogs, working out, projects, etc.
I think I have an answer for that one.
Okay.
And that's mainly because of the work that I do. I feel like it's really important to like have your own hobby or niche or whatever, and how big mental health is on your day-to-day life. You know, you got to take time for yourself. So finding something to do when your significant other isn't there, that one will help you stay occupied, and two, give you something to do that you like to do, I guess.
Right. This says consistently doing things on your own when your spouse is unavailable. So like she always has to do things by herself.
So like, what do you do when I'm gone? Because I'm gone for basically two full-time jobs all the time.
Right. What you said, like walking the dogs and working out and stuff, like that's what I do to keep myself busy. And I like doing that because it's benefiting my health, it's benefiting the dogs and stuff. But also, if you're doing something that you enjoy doing while your spouse is unavailable, I feel like it makes the time go faster. And I really don't know how to give advice on that. Like,
you know, also one of the things I like doing is trying new stuff too.
Right, you can do that as well.
Like for me, learning how to do something to fix something at the house,
right,
without having to pay for somebody to come and do it.
Right.
You know.
Or honestly, like take yourself on a date. Like I did like a few months ago. There would be so many times where I wouldn't go out and eat because Jared was like working and stuff, but I wanted to go eat, but I wouldn't because I didn't want to go by myself. But what is the big deal about going to eat by yourself? I feel like you do that a lot. Mainly like before we were together and like at the start of our relationship, you would go out to eat by yourself all the time.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I'd have to do that.
Right. You're not going to just like stop your life and what you want to eat because you don't have somebody to go eat with. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just brave it and go do it.
Well, and you've been doing something more lately too. You've been reading books and stuff.
I've gotten so into reading the last like 6 months, which, like I said, makes time go by so fast, especially if you're on a treadmill. I need some water. Next question. How old is Jared?
Safe dagger. You tell him.
How old are you? You tell him.
I don't know how old I am.
Jared's 39.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be turning 40 this year. How old were you guys when you met, you know? So just for context, he's 39, I'm 31. So when we met, how old do you think you were?
32? 33?
Yeah.
33.
You had literally just turned 33, like the week after we started talking. So you were 33 and I was 24 because my first birthday spent with you was my golden birthday. I turned 25 on the 25th. But isn't that so weird? Like 24 and 33. Like it doesn't seem that long ago, but it sounds so young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was 25.
I mean, I honestly don't feel like I'm as old as I am either.
No, not at all. You get mistaken for being like
played off pretty good.
20 something all the time. Like whenever you tell people your age, they're like, no, you're not.
Yeah,
you're
they
not.
don't believe me at all.
How did you guys meet? And we just shared that. How do you guys deal with the time away from each other?
I deal with it just fine. I love it.
You're so
I leave early in the morning, just
yeah. Jared's got to be at work at 12. He leaves at like 10. I gotta go.
Peace out.
Yeah, I feel like you never miss me.
That's not true. Just so happens you probably annoyed me the night before, and I'm just like, I'm leaving.
So, I mean, if Jared's at work and we just want to talk, like, we'll call each other or, you know, text, whatever. But honestly, at this point, like, I feel like we're just so used to being separated from each other that it's not really, like, that big of an issue anymore. Like, honestly, that is 100% the reason why I started my channel in the first place, is because when Jared was at work all the time, I was so bored. I felt so lonely, and there's only so much, like, TV you can watch. There's only so much social media you can scroll. It was just so boring, honestly. So I finally, like, created my channel to be able to have, like, something to keep me busy. Don't go back and watch any of my old videos, but I started, like, with makeup because I was, like, obsessed with makeup, and kind of started my channel that way, and then it's just grown to what it is now. Me vlogging, sharing my life, and it's just been the best decision. It's just so fun, and I love it so much. I love being able to connect and chat with you guys, and yeah. Honestly, it's been a blessing. And it never would have happened if Jared and I didn't spend that time apart all the time. I like this one. What's the best gift he's given you? What is the best gift he's received from you? So what's the best gifts we gave each other? I think the best gift I've ever gotten from you stop is my computer. I think that's the only gift I've ever received that made me cry. Like, I was in total shock.
Well, what about your treadmill?
Like, I love it, but the computer meant so much more because like my other computer was literally at the end of its life and I wouldn't have been able to get another one, and it was something that I liked to do and you just took it upon yourself to get it for me, and it was very meaningful and I liked it. And it was very I was in shock and I cried. He got it for me for Christmas.
Yep.
What's the best I've given you?
I don't know, because you've never really given, aside from the last Christmas gift, you got me that plane ticket to go see Mark.
Trip to Florida.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, even though like all we did was drink and I don't remember part of it.
Yeah. I feel like you said you were holding back tears.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I didn't think that you would do that. So I thought when you started that thing out that it was just going to be this like treasure hunt thing that you were going to do. And
so would you say that?
I'm trying to remember.
I don't feel like I've gotten you anything other.
I'm trying to remember some of the other like stuff that you've.
I don't feel like I've gotten you anything that cool. Other than that, the TV lights, but I don't think that beats a trip to Florida.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I do use those.
Yeah, like, but you better just say Florida and accept it because
Florida.
It's almost 5:30 and we have to. The game's at 6. Do y'all have together hobbies? I think we talked about that. Do you guys do pranks? Scary. Like we scare each other a lot.
So yeah, we used to do that a lot more, like towards the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah.
Like at the other house, there was just so much more room to.
Yeah. But even now, like I feel like we scare each other a lot too, and the dogs always ruin it for you. But they
never ruin it for you. That's the shit that pisses me off.
I know.
Because the dogs are sitting there going, "Hey, what are you doing, Dad? What are you doing, Dad? I'm hiding. Get out of here."
And then for me, they're just like.
Yeah, you could literally they could watch you go stand behind the door and they just sit there and go, "Oh, this is going to be good."
Yeah. I don't see anything. Do you guys have siblings? Which sibling are each of you? So like oldest, middle, youngest. Yes, I have siblings. I am the oldest of 4.
Yeah. Mine is a little bit different.
Right. You have a lot of siblings.
Not a lot. So my parents divorced. When they divorced, they had me and my biological sister. And then my mom remarried. The person she remarried already had a kid. So I have an older stepbrother, me, and then my younger sister. And then when my dad remarried, he had 3 more on his side.
So you're the oldest biologically, but like with all your step and half siblings, you're the second out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I think there's only 2 more questions. This one, how are you able to work from home and be productive and not just get distracted with other household things during the day? Most days I'm really disciplined and good about this. There are days where I do get a little distracted, but I also have always kind of been more disciplined because I completed college online. So, and I had a full-time job. So I would literally work my full-time job, come home and do my online classes like in the evenings, and you have to be very disciplined to get that done, obviously. So I feel like I kind of already had the discipline there, and working from home is great. I love it. I think this is the last question. How do you and Jared stay connected when he works long hours? I work long hours and sometimes it can be hard to have energy and interact with my husband on those days.
Stay connected by telephone.
So like you works like long hours and is like working a lot, and she feels like at the end of the day or like in the middle of her shift or something, like she feels like she doesn't have the energy to like interact with her husband and stuff. Like how do you
see? I think the thing about that is with my job, I think you have to understand that like the day after I get done, I probably don't want to do anything whatsoever. I want to be low key because I did just basically work an entire week's worth of stuff in just a few days.
Plus more.
So I need that like kind of decompress time, even though your love language is, wanting to spend quality time, and sometimes I can't be bombarded by that.
But even like I feel like I try to read you well, like say after a shift from the hospital or something, when you get home, like either you'll be like in a happy mood and like kind of full of energy to where like I'll be like, okay, like I'll hang out with you and stuff, but then there's sometimes like, you know, the other night when you come home and you're just like completely shut out and just don't want to interact or talk, and that's when I'm just like, okay, like I'll give you your space, you do what you need to do to
there are
decompress
things about my job that kind of affect me every once in a while, and it just,
I feel like you just have to read and understand, like especially the field that you're in.
I think a lot of that is just like having that conversation like afterwards. So like when I come home from a shift and I tell you like something was bothering me or whatever, even though I might not want to fully explain it right away, like I at least kind of tell you a little bit of stuff about what was going on.
Right. I feel like for you interacting with your husband, I feel like your husband kind of needs to be on the understanding side of things as well. Kind of like what I was saying, like just kind of read and feel how you're feeling. Like if it's a rough shift on you and you just are completely drained after it, like he kind of just probably should be like, okay, we'll chat in the morning or ask if you need anything. But I don't feel like he should expect you to
just switch off.
Right.
No, it's not that easy.
No. Or to be like full of energy and want to go like do something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're absolutely like up for it or in the mood for something like that. I mean,
but I also feel like that takes, you know, time to learn, because I haven't always been like this. Like I wouldn't understand in the beginning of our relationship. Like I would probably get like a little frustrated with you that like you didn't want to do something or you were like quiet or something. But now I feel like I've just learned to go off your energy, and if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. But I think that is all of the questions that you guys asked. That was actually a lot, and I had fun, and Jared had fun as well. He told me.
I did.
But we are gonna order some pizza and watch the KU game. So we will see you in the next video. If you liked this video, if you liked Q&As, and hopefully you got to know us a little more. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I'll respond to all my comments, so let's chat. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and say, what did I say? What did I say? If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a future upload from me. And I guess until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Thanks for watching. Go out and make the world smile. Smooches. Smooches.